Hey everybody, Rosematter here, and welcome to part 4 of my House in Fata Morgana Let's Play. In the last episode, we had a new visitor to the mansion, but not necessarily a new visitor. Surprisingly, it was the white-haired girl that showed up, except she was very different this time. Shorter hair, blind, having a different backstory than last time, and her personality is a little bit different as well. She's not quite so timid this time. She's actually kind of a badass in a quiet kind of way. She seems to be soothing the beast's soul a little bit, and he's kind of like clinging on to her as like his last hope at humanity. We also met the lover of the merchant who was killed at the beginning of Door 2, Pauline, trying to find her lover, what happened to him, and she met a little kid, I can't remember his name. They had a little bit of a caustic relationship, but he seems to have kind of softened on her, and he's going to show her where the beast lives to see if, she can find any traces of the lover. And of course, we know what happened to him, so I don't see this ending well for Pauline or for this kid. Just when it seems like the beast is finally starting to, soften up a little bit. Will she be the thing that pushes him over the edge? We will see. Let's get back into this game and let's see what happens next. Master. Master. Ah, you've awakened. You gave me quite the startle. Do you not remember? You suddenly started staring off into the distance, and you'd not respond to anything I said. I thought you were playing a prank on me. Your hand? Oh, yes, I did not let go of it. For if I had, we would be in quite the predicament. Someone approaching the mansion, you say? You saw them? Those images were not shown to you by me. You saw something, then it was by your own powers. But if you think about it, that's nothing unusual. You are, after all, the master of this house. You should, in all actuality, be able to do anything I can do by yourself, master. So it is very possible you could have knowledge that I do not. Now, let us return to the mansion's tale. After the second beast paid a visit, Bestia began to destabilize again. The white-haired girl would soothe his heart, but the calm was only ephemeral. He was like a cracked glass ball. If you dropped him, that would be the end. If you put too much force into handling him, he would shatter. He was very difficult to care for. And cracks do not heal. The damage still remains, even if the two sides appear to be held together firmly in place. Furthermore, they slowly, gradually, and without intervention, spread. The beast appeared to be afraid of someone's voice. He would on occasion stare into empty space and shout, cover his ears, and groan. One day, he shattered all the windows in the mansion, crushed the silverware I just polished to a shine, and destroyed all the mirrors. I assume he did not want to see his beastly self. And we know that oh my gosh, I've forgotten their names. The girl who's looking for her lover and the little boy, they're gonna be coming soon, and he is not in a well state. This is not good. More. There's more. There's still more that reflects my image. Windows, mirrors, vases, dishes. They all show my reflection. What are you doing? I have no need of anything that reflects me. You can understand that, can't you? Why? You're going to cut your hands like that. Tracing the wall with her fingers, the white-haired girl approached Bestia. She stretched her spindly fingers out towards the beast's rugged hands. His hands were wet with blood from his frenzied attempts to destroy anything reflective in the house. Look at all these cuts. Stop. You're going to dirty your hands. Get back. No, I will not. It's no use. No matter how many times you call me human, the mirrors tell another story. Not just the mirrors. Everything reflective shouts beast at me angrily. Look at how precarious I am. It's hideous, pitiful. I thought it was all over when I protected you from the beast, but that image keeps coming back to me. The sight of another beast clinging on to me. I can hear its voice. It says I was only ever a beast. Voice? Whose voice? So you don't know, so you can't hear it. You're fighting against something beyond the limits of my perception. Fighting? No, if only it were a fight. It speaks the undeniable truth. As I have said before, you are not a beast. You look like me. I'm certain of it. Your eyes. What? Your red eyes. They show you nothing, but they show me what I am. Oh, damn. Is he going to be plucking her eyes out, being like, I can see my reflection in your eyes. I have to take them. It's not like you need them anyway, because you're blind. They show me the difference between us. I don't think he would ever... I would certainly hope he wouldn't get to that point where he would harm her. Are you afraid of my eyes? If my eyes cause you fear... Oh my gosh, if you can see them, in them your reflection, then you are welcome to destroy them. Rip them from me with your own hands. I have no need of them after all. Damn, this girl is... People are saying in the comments, like, this white-haired girl is so badass compared, like, quietly, like, in like a calm, soothing, quiet, dignified way. She's a badass compared to the first door. Why would you go so far for me? You... The voice says that you're laughing at me, that deep down you ridicule me. Do you believe that? After all the time we've spent together. I don't know. I'm starting to lose confidence. I believe you. I think I believe you, but I find myself wavering. I'm losing sight of myself, and of you, of everything. In all my memories, I am a beast. The voice says I was always this way, which I suppose means I am a beast. I can't be anything but. Do not trust the voice. Trust me instead. I do not want to make another mistake. To do something like run away, because I'm so weak-willed. I do not understand this woman. She's so pure-hearted, so beautiful, like hope personified. I want to understand, to believe her. I was sure I could do it, but I keep failing. Why am I losing my grip on everything? Are words not enough to convince you? What? Are words not enough to convince you that you are not a beast? Then see for yourself, feel for yourself, that there is but one difference between us. What are you doing? I assume our skin and our hair and our eyes are different color, but those do not count as a difference. Oh, the only thing that differs between us is our sex, so she's gonna be dropping her clothes right now. Hold on. In his utter shock, Bestia was frozen in place. She's like, if I can't get through to you that way, I'll get to you another way. And he was right to be surprised. The sound of rustling fabric shook the air in the forlorn mansion. She had placed her hand on the sleeve of her garments and begun to disrobe. Before long, gaze upon me. She was standing there, completely undressed. Her body was incomparably beautiful. Slender, not an ounce of excess fat on her. The sight of her was impressive, almost divine. Even I let out a gasp when I saw her. See for yourself. This was the first time Bestia had seen the white-haired girl unclothed. Though they slept in the same bed, as I said before, they did not have a physical relationship. She grasped his unmoving hand and guided it toward her. She moved his hand across her flesh, along the curve of her shoulder, down her arm, and pressed it against her chest firmly enough for him to feel her beating heart. Do you think this caused a stirring within him? Is there any man for whom the touch of a woman's skin would not? Especially one so beautiful as her. However, he was not aroused. Why do you think that was? Because a beast cannot lust after a human? I believe you know the answer. Are you crying? Could you smile for me? What? I want to see your smile. Like this? I'm not sure I'm doing a good job. No, you're doing fine. Your smile is so pretty. It calms me, warms my heart. I think I know someone, somewhere, who has that same smile. Like, I don't know if this beast is someone that, like, she knew in a past life, if the beast is someone that we know. Pauline, that's her name. Thank you for seeing me off. Don't mention it. I learned so much about this town thanks to you. You made my stay here quite enjoyable. What's the matter? You're looking rather glum. I wonder... Huh? I wonder why the sea exists. I was born in a port town, so it's always been there for me. This huge, never-ending, expansive, magnificent ocean. Far too big for a single, measly little human like me to cross. It's so pretty. It is. I feel like I understand why you like the sea. But right now I can't help wondering why God created such an enormous sea. Why he didn't make the world smaller. I'm sorry, I'm talking nonsense. Not at all. I'll probably be back here eventually. That's just part of the job. And will you have lunch at the seaside restaurant again? Quite likely. And I bet it'll be mostly meat, too. Was your stomach able to handle it? I'll train up for next time. Your ship is going to embark soon. Yeah. Will people get mad you're not helping them prepare? Most likely. Then you should hurry off. Yeah. Pauline? I just wanted to thank you again. I appreciate you taking so much time to show me around. Is that all? No. I don't know why, but I was considering leaving without telling you this. I'd like you to tell me. I'd feel better if you turned me down. What? My homeland is only getting more isolated. Unlike your country, mine is not eager to associate with the rest of the world. I probably don't even have their patronage anymore. What I'm saying is that I have absolutely no stability. I can't even say for sure whether I'll be back. So, you're right, there's nothing but obstacles. I'm sure my mom would be opposed as well. Is this the whole thing where she said she was gonna wait for him? But I've fallen for you. The way you look staring out at the sea, the shape of your lips when you smile at me, the kindness in your voice. The more time I spend with you, the deeper I fall in love with you. I assume they've been together for at least a little while, like hanging out, but I like to imagine just after a day, like this girl falls fast. The whole world could separate us, and these feelings would not change. Well, damn, you beat me to it. If I waited, I don't think you would ever have gotten to it. I'll say it myself, too. I love you, Pauline. Once again, I like to imagine this was after 1 or 2 days of hanging out together. I fell for you the moment I first saw you. You know what? This is back in, like, what, the 1700s? People didn't live very long back then. You kind of had to move fast. I promise we will meet again. I promise I'll be waiting. Thank you. It's visible in both of our eyes. This love, strong enough to wash away all our tribulations. It's all right there, plain as day, in each of our eyes. Mine and his. Did you hear something? Oh yeah, Javi, huh? It sounded like someone's voice. I didn't hear anything. It must have been your imagination. Oh. You want to turn back, lady? Huh? You're looking nervous. I'm just fine. Let's keep moving. Oh, but there is one thing. What? My name isn't Lady, it's Pauline. This again? Lady is so distant. I don't like being called that. So call me Pauline. Alright, how's that? Can I call you Polly? Oh, come on. I'd really rather you call me Pauline. I'm an only child, so I've always wanted a younger brother or sister, but Polly makes it sound like I'm the younger one. I'm not your brother, and I'm not a child. You called yourself a kid yesterday, though. That's not what I meant. Oh, fine. You can call me Polly. It's not my full name, but I'm glad you're calling me something other than Lady Javi. Something is definitely going to happen to one of them, or both of them. Then that's what I'll do. You laughed. Be quiet. You're no fun. There's a mansion up ahead, standing atop the cliff. I can't say why exactly, but I feel like it's something that shouldn't be there. What do you mean? It feels out of place in this area, and something seems off about it. Like it's somehow ethereal, and could disappear at any moment. No, I'm probably just overthinking things. Sorry, that was stupid of me to say. It's okay. We still can't see the mansion Javi's talking about from here. Just dense, overgrown forest. But for some reason I can sense that we're approaching it. I'm guessing the voices, when she hears voices, that's the mansion calling to her. Because they say, like, in the beginning it says that people are drawn to the mansion, right? It's a strange sensation. Anxiety is bubbling up from deep inside me, and at the same time I feel like I could burst into tears. Not out of fear, but there's that word I can't say. Familiarity. Familiarity. I've never been to this country before. Everything I'm seeing is new to me. There's nothing at all for me to find familiar. Why then? Was, like, maybe in a past life a different version of her? Is like, are these doors parallel worlds? So maybe, like, some, like, parallel version of her has already been here? I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you sure you want to do this? I am. You agreed not to go inside. Don't break that promise. It's okay, don't worry. I'm sorry for putting you through this, making you relive unpleasant memories. But thank you for accompanying me when you had nothing to gain from it. Don't worry, I'll just look around. I'm only searching for a sign he was there. And when I'm done, we'll return to the village together. There's a flag. They will not return to the village together. Alright. Okay, now let's go. We push our way through the dark, dense woods, and then, like the world fading into view after a dream, a mansion appears before us. It rests quietly upon a cliff against a backdrop of emerald ocean. This is the Beast Den? It should, by all rights, be a magnificent scene, but the blue sky and jade sea clash with the building. It appears alone, isolated precariously from the rest of the world. Yes, that is, this is where the mansion where the beast dwells. Careful not to make any noise, we draw nearer to the house, this inexplicable structure sitting in between the forest and the cliff. The fluttering I feel in my heart does not seem to be caused only by fear of the beast. The weeds and plants grow unchecked around the house are tall enough for Javi to hide in. I imagine that's how he approached the mansion in the first time, lurking in the overgrowth. Say, have the people of this village thought about leaving this area? Moving somewhere else, away from the beast den. Only those with enough savings can do that. Leave without money and you'll just die in a ditch somewhere. Everyone's made their lives here in the village. We have farmland, cattle, ships. It's not easy to let all that go. Not everyone can just hop on a boat to another country like you, Polly. Damn, called her out. She got privilege. We're not wealthy. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I know, I was just being too harsh. You're just ignorant. So naive you believe the whole world is this perfect, magical place. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. If you're capable of seeing the world like that, there's no reason you should look at it any other way. For as mature as you can be, Javi, you're also rather cynical. Well, pardon me. When you said you'd take me to your town, that kind of made my day. There's nothing left for me in this village. You'll find plenty of new things, I'm sure. He definitely will not, because he will die, or Polly will die. You can even make some friends in my town. After all, you've still got a long life ahead of you, Javi. Those death flags are popping up over and over and over. So you should make it a fun one. You make it sound like I'm about to throw myself off a cliff. I didn't mean it like that. We should try to keep quiet from here out. Okay, got it. As we draw closer to the mansion, I can see the ivy twisted across its stone walls. I press my back against the wall and take a few deep breaths. There's a window next to me. If there really is a beast, if there really is a terrible man-eating monster inside, I'm in danger if it catches me. Javi's eyes entreat me not to go any closer. But I have to see. I have to see if there's a mountain of corpses inside these walls. If there's even the slightest trace of him. I'm just going to have a look. Peek in from the outside without being noticed. That's all I'm going to do. And when it's done, I'll go home. Through the window, I see a dimly illuminated hallway. Like the garden, the inside is desolate. But there's still the sense that someone lives here. It's not completely abandoned. Polly. Oh, I see something moving inside the mansion. I hold my breath so whatever is in there does not sense my presence, does not sense my gaze. And then... What? A shadow whisks past. No. Polly? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Hey, Polly! Oh no, open up. Please, open the door. Stop it, you idiot. What do you think you're doing? Please, open the door. Holly, you promised me. You lost your mind? The only thing in here is a... It's not a beast. Huh? It's not a beast. A beast isn't living in this mansion. You're wrong. It is. There's a beast in there. A bestia. Get away from the door. The beast. It's not a beast. Open the door. Open the... Ah, I knew it. I knew it. I was right. You're alive. Oh gosh, you're alive. You're alive. Just like, is that what draws people in? They don't think, except the merchant, when he first came in here, he kind of recoiled a little bit when he saw the beast. What? I never stopped believing. I knew you wouldn't die. I was like, the only thing that would have her react like that and open the door was if she thought she had saw. This is like if the mansion is bringing her in, right? It's like she's gonna be the next victim, isn't she? Would you... Oh boy, what's happening? Yukimasa? Huh? I had faith you were still alive. I wanted to prove it. I guess we never learned the merchant's name, did we? And I was right. I'm so glad I had faith. I'm so glad I didn't give up. I missed you so. All this time, I never stopped thinking about you. I never stopped imagining our reunion. Yukimasa, I'm so glad you're alive. She about to get, like, stabbed or torn apart? Stop it, Polly. Get away from him. That's the beast. I'm so confused about what's happening right now. Wait, what? 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 You'll kill me if I don't kill you, and so I must show you that I will. I must show you that I'm serious. I must kill you, or you just won't understand. What in the world? You just won't understand. If I don't show you firsthand, you just won't understand. I'll make you understand. I'll make your flesh and bones understand. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Wait, I am like... What in the world? So there's that sword that I guess... The one that the beast had. So it was... Wow. So he's like a, what, a vampire or something? He's got the pointy teeth. He's a vampire. That's it. Cry for me. Beg for your life. Pray for my mercy. Weep and struggle and suffer and die. Look at this. No one can stand up to me. Humans have no chance against beasts. Wow. Okay. I could not have expected that this is what the beast actually was. Whoa! Yukimasa? What's wrong? What? I'm just as confused as she is. What's the matter? It's me. It's Pauline. I came to find you. I've missed you so much. Yukimasa? Sorry, I still don't understand your language. Wait, is he running away because he doesn't want to kill her? Like, where are you going? Stop it, Polly. Don't go after him. Polly! Oh my god, this is not good. Why? Why are you running from me? Don't you recognize me? It's Pauline, your love. Why? Your katana. Why would you point that at me? Oh no, because yeah, that was the sword where he said, like, the beast was saying about how the sword, like, kept its sheen this whole time. Is it the one that, like, turned him into a beast? I'm just so confused. So, like, the merchant... So the merchant left, and then he must, like, did he turn into the beast when he crash-landed here? Because he wasn't always a beast, I would assume. But then... So he came to the... Okay, so he came to the mansion, and then the merchant, that I'm assuming is this Yukimasa guy, her lover, also showed up and got killed. Maybe that's why he had such a strong reaction, is because he found this guy that looked just like him. I'm so confused, guys. I'm sorry if I'm not quite getting this. I'm like, what in the world is going on? You're scaring me. What's gotten into you? Hey, what's the matter? Yukimasa, do you know who I am? And the fact that it's showing, like, the beast going after the beast, where it shows her as, like, one of the beasts as well? What happened? You used to be able to speak my language so fluently. It's like he's regressed. Let's talk. What do you say? Put that thing away, please. It's dangerous. Ah. Oh no, she did. Oh, she did. What? Why? You cut me. Ah. Oh, poor Pauline. Oh, I knew it was not gonna end well. Not like this, though. I never thought that it would... This is how it would go. So hot. Why? Yukimasa, it's me. It's Pauline. Open your eyes. Ah! No, stop. Yukimasa, please, stop this. I'm begging you. And poor Javi has to watch this too. So much for being able to leave this island. Why would you do this to me? Stop it, Yukimasa. Stop this. His blade, held high above my head, glimmers. Yeah, that's the whole thing about the glimmering blade, right? Is that the thing that made him insane? Why? He's the beast? Is it like the sword requires blood? Is that the thing too? Like that's what keeps its sheen? Tell me, Yukimasa, did you kill all those villagers? Are you going to kill me? Is Javi gonna jump in and get slaughtered? Is he gonna take that hit? Why? I mean, it's not looking good for Pauline right now. I don't think she's gonna survive this. Ugh. Please stop. Yuki, it's me. It's Pauline. Please, open your eyes. Aw, sorry girl, he's moved on to another girl. He's got the white hair girl now, he doesn't need you anymore. Let's go back to my town. I never got the chance to ask if you wanted to move to my country. She's like, let's go eat some sandwiches. We'll never get to go to that sandwich shop again. Then we wouldn't have to wait so long to see each other. What do you think, Yukimasa? Burn in hell. Why? Oh, damn. She looks like she's aged. Like 50 years. Tell me why. Is that it? Does it take like their life essence? With the... What happened here? I am grateful you cannot see, because you would certainly think me a beast if you were able to see this. Because you cannot see, you do not know what I look like, but I do know. Another beast, like me, broke into the mansion. Was it... I protected you, did I not? I protected you. Now I'm like, who was that beast? Say that I protected you, that I did this for you. Actually a beast? Yeah, it's like, it was not a beast. Oh, he thinks everybody who comes in is a beast. Oh, shit. I can hear a woman's voice. I can't keep my eyes open. I wonder who she is. They seem like they're really close. Did you choose someone else? Then you could have just said so. I wouldn't be angry. Oh, poor Pauline. Even through this all, she's like, I forgive you. We've been apart for so long. But this does kind of hurt. It hurts. I can't take it. Just once. Could you turn back and say my name? I proved it. That you're still alive. We were lovers. So why? You said you wanted a peaceful life. I can't take this. Oh, poor Pauline. It hurts so bad. Yukimasa, I can't take this. Oh boy, what I want most is to spend a nice, quiet life with you. I don't need anything extravagant. I want to see what led up to this. Please. Just an ordinary life, slowly growing older, having 3, maybe 4 children. We'd never fight, and eventually, before I knew it, I'd be an old lady. Thinking it was an uneventful life, but it was the best I could have asked for. That's the life I want. What about you? Yes, I too wish for a peaceful life with you. And that's what he was saying to the white-haired girl. He just wanted a peaceful life. Is that it? Okay, there's Javi. Oh, poor Javi. Had to first his parents and now this girl who he maybe kind of saw as an older sister. Polly. I couldn't. Again, I couldn't do. Ah. Ah. Is he gonna like try and go after the beast? Is he just gonna get so angry he's gonna like charge him? And then he's gonna see that kid as a beast as well. So everybody who comes into the mansion, does he see as a beast or only some people? So he thinks that he has to protect people. Anyway, I am very confused. Master, what's the matter? You look pale as a ghost. What? I lied to you. I have not told you a single falsehood, Master. Ah, about the beast? That means you were seeing her memories then. Is that so? That must have been quite difficult to witness. But I assure you, I have told you no lies. Bestia was convinced he was a beast. And as a servant of this house, it is my responsibility to present my former master to you as he saw himself. This would have been a very different story had you not discovered the truth. A beast meets a white-haired girl and learns humanity. That tale would have been far easier on you, I'm sure. By remaining in the dark and seeing the story through his eyes alone, you would not have had to witness that poor girl's miserable death. And that, perhaps, would have been better for you. But the reality you observed through her eyes changed the truth of his tale. And it sounds like the visions you had did not run in parallel to the events I described for you, but took place slightly earlier in time, which means that, yes, her fate was set in stone well before you ever saw it. I do have to wonder, though, why did Bestia believe the woman to be a beast like him? Perhaps it was because her hair, eye, and skin color were similar to his own. The poor young woman who called upon the mansion did indeed resemble Bestia. They were of a similar race. Half of her blood was of the same race as his. But was that the only reason? Would that be enough for him to mistake her for a beast? I have my own theory. His memories may have played a role. I suspect Bestia was afraid the memories from which he was human would cause him to waver. But that's simply my own speculation. I guess this just goes to show, right, about what truth can be a very fickle thing depending on whose eyes you see it through. Perhaps he had merely lost his grip on reality. How well have you come to understand Bestia, Master? I feel like I don't understand anything. You do appear to think he was an ordinary human who believed himself to be a beast. But where does the line between man and beast truly lie? That I do not know. Master, if, like Bestia, you were to lose your memories and endure persecution and degradation until you broke, would you still remember those you care for? Now, our tale is not yet over. Yeah, I've heard that the second door is quite long. The web of misfortune was tightly, oh so tightly entangled. It could not be unraveled. Let us return now from her memories to the point we left off in our story, just after the white-haired girl had disrobed, showing Bestia the difference between her and him. This was, yes, several days following the young woman's death. Oh, following? Okay, so the death had already happened. The blood in the hall had been cleaned up, and there was no trace of it any longer. He had made a tremendous mistake. Though the only people aware of that mistake are you and I. There is, perhaps, a chance the white-haired girl had realized, but she knew nothing of the woman. So I entreat you not to fault the white-haired girl for trying to be kind to Bestia. She is without sin, in any and all times. The beast, no, the man, made the white-haired girl put her clothes back on. He seemed to have calmed down a bit. After examining her body and comparing it with his own, he was once again coming to think he might not be a beast. In the past, he would have rejoiced to have proof of his own humanity. However, it was for him the seed of several new doubts. So the whole thing of like, well, if I'm not a beast, then I just killed, well, a person that he still saw as a beast, but... You said I am human. Yes. Do you still believe this? I certainly do. You are simply mistaken. You believe yourself to be a beast because of what the villagers said. Why did they call me a beast? If I were able to see, I could surely answer all your questions. It's not just because he's from, like, a foreign land. That can't be it, right? That's, like, there's gotta be more to it. To make him become the person he is. But I cannot, so all I can offer you is my conjecture. Go on, tell me. I suspect you do not come from this country. Wow, just a bunch of xenophobes. You're just like, he looks different than us, therefore he is a beast. No, you do not come from this continent. You came to this continent from far, far away, perhaps even across the seas. This land has been cast into turmoil by war. Okay, so, alright, I guess a little bit understandable if, you know, they just had the war, they might be wary of outsiders. Fortunately, no fighting reached the village, but it has blocked trade routes, stripped them of their independence, and cast a dark shadow over their hope. They are quite devastated, I imagine. And then you showed up. From what I've heard, this area is not particularly friendly to people from other countries. Even less so those from another continent. I doubt they know much about distant lands, so they'd probably never seen someone like you before. Well, I mean, I know that a lot of people were, like, wary and cold to Pauline, but at least they didn't straight up call her a beast. But in addition, you would have been wearied and worn. I guess you were emaciated, wasting away. Enough so you did not even look like yourself. Do you remember how you arrived at the village? When I woke up, I was on the beach. I don't remember anything before that. My joints all ached, and I was incredibly thirsty. I was in so much pain, I sought help. That's right, he was just asking for water. He said he was so thirsty. But nothing I said got through to the villagers. I did not understand what they said either, right? Because he's speaking a different language. Okay. But the one thing you did understand was that they were calling you Bestia. And that's why he thought that was his name. Okay, it's starting to come together. Right. And I also understood that the word was used to describe beasts. The way they looked at me, it wasn't normal, so I imagined at first they simply didn't want the trouble. They didn't actually think you were a beast. Simply that this wretched man, unfamiliar in appearance, who had washed ashore, resembled a beast. Washed ashore? You were in an accident, were you not? While crossing the sea. I do not remember. I can't remember. No, I mustn't remember. If I'm not a beast, that means the other beast wasn't one either. What did that beast look like? It looked somehow similar to me. Its hair color, skin color, eye color. Oh gosh, he's gonna lose his mind if he does get his memories back and realize that he killed his lover. And the way it spoke seemed vaguely familiar, which means it was... I cannot accept that. If I do, then that means I've done something terrible. No. What? They did call me a beast. I was in fact a beast. As I've been saying, that's because... Tell me I'm a beast, please. Let me remain a beast. How do you imagine he saw the world? I cannot even begin to fathom. But you can never know what someone else sees. And there is nothing to say that they see the same as you. As you and I have seen different things, so too do the man and his lover see different things. Or perchance the true shape of the world is visible only through the white-haired girl's sightless eyes. Do you think the reason he so stubbornly rejected his human memories is because he had taken the life of his beloved? I personally believe there's more to it than that. Someday you shall remember. You shall remember everything. I will not allow you to avert your eyes. Remember that you have always been a beast, incapable of saving anyone. only of taking. Remember and suffer. Agonize, writhe, anguish, grieve, suffer. Oh, such a damn shame. Our homeland is but a stone's throw away, and they still won't let us in. Just how long are they going to maintain this stance? Regrettable, isn't it, son? Yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Captain Asama. We can make it this far on the white men's ship, but they give no response to our missives. I'm not sure it's even reaching the magistrate's hands. Is it so difficult to be even the slightest bit accommodating to your fellow countrymen? They seem to be treating the white men rather poorly as well. I hear they imprison them on a tiny man-made island. That's no way to make friends. Well, all things considered, we can hardly call this our homeland anymore anyway. For how many generations has your family lived overseas again? I am the third. I see, and I doubt you have any attachment to this land. It was really clever in the game, too, to, like, keep his name a mystery, like, to not actually give him a name until the revelation of who he is. That's not true. I may never have the opportunity to set foot on her soil, but my spirit dwells within this land. My grandfather has told me much about this country, of her 4 rich, vibrant seasons and boundless beauty. I'm deeply grateful you invited me on this voyage to visit her, Captain Asama. I finally, if only at a distance, laid eyes upon my home. I cannot say when this era may draw to a close, but I hope the time comes when we can proudly proclaim her our motherland. You can't find food this good back home. I eagerly await the day that becomes true. Indeed, as do I. I've lied to her. She believes I was born in the Orient, but in truth, I've never once set foot in that country. I was born in Europe. My family has not been permitted to return since my grandparents left. I can still remember, clear as day, the looks of profound regret on my grandfather's face as he departed from this world. He bequeathed unto me a katana, and on that day, that blade became the one object binding me to my homeland. I could not bring myself to tell her that I am disallowed to return home. I did not want her to think that I had been forsaken by my country, that my country would do such a thing. However, some part of me believes there was more to it than that. The reason that the family was kicked out, maybe something to do with this katana? Maybe? A smuggler? Yeah, I never would have expected it. Not on this ship. One of the crew was conspiring with a government official. He hid unreported goods on board and delivered them in secret. There's something about the katana. Maybe it's just the game or the story, the way it's worded, is kind of pointing towards the katana and like the fact that it always gleams and stuff, and maybe it's driving him insane and its thirst for blood, the blood keeps it shiny. But there's probably more of like a realistic reason for this. Like all of this. I'm just really interested, like, okay, it's starting to come together now. We're starting to like get all the pieces. He hid unreported goods on board and delivered them in secret. What goods? Silver coins. Spanish coins trade for more than their worth as currency. The official was sentenced to commit seppuku, but we are responsible for our own crew's punishment. I am still trying to decide how to handle it. Have him commit seppuku as well. The sailor has brought shame upon the entire ship. He is made to take responsibility for his actions, and perhaps we can minimize the damage to our reputation. You make a fair point. Unfortunately, he is not of this land. I doubt he's familiar with the ritual. Then I shall serve as his second and ensure he dies without issue. Oh, is this where the katana got a taste for blood and wants more? You lost your mind? I've been trained in the art. It is unlikely I should fail. You're not a samurai, though. I was born into a family of samurai. At least, it was until 3 generations ago. But that blood still courses through my veins. Very well, then. That is how we shall do it. We now commence the ritual seppuku of our fellow crewman, Seedorf. Seedorf has, in violation of restrictions set in place by the shogunate, committed the grave crime of smuggling prohibited goods into the country. In order to atone for this betrayal of the trust of both nations, he vows to take his life here before you. Do you have any last words? I deeply regret that we should have to lose a companion with whom we have traveled the 7 seas in this manner. Do it. It wasn't me. What? It wasn't me. I've been set up. I didn't smuggle anything. I don't know anything about any silver coin. I've been framed. Believe me. Oh, maybe... maybe it was... Yukimasa who did it, and that's why he's like, I'll do it. It's just like, maybe he set this guy up, and then he kills him. That's why he was like, recommending like, alright, we'll kill him this way, is maybe to keep him quiet. Maybe Yukimasa wanted to like smuggle some money, get some money so he can stop having to be a merchant and settle down with Pauline. Yukimasa, he said the accusations were false, and that's why as soon as the guy said it, Yukimasa just slaughtered him. Lies to escape punishment. I could not allow him to continue shaming himself and us when his fate was already decided. Alright, so maybe Yukimasa's not as good of a guy as we thought. I mean, other than all the killing as well of the villagers and whatnot. It would only serve to tarnish this ship's honor. But an investigation was performed. It is our duty to trust those results. You're right. Yes, you're right. Good work. Now this needs to be cleaned up. Yes, sir. I'm sure I was mistaken, but I would like to ask you anyway. Were you? Oh, he suspects him. I mean, who did the investigation? Was it Yukimasa? Smiling as you did it? You must have been seeing things. Oh, shit. Well, well, well. Was that really the only reason? I couldn't bring myself to tell her the truth. What was that dream? Oh, he's getting his memories back. He's gonna lose his mind more than he already has. Was that from my memories? No. Asama. I've never met that man. Or that woman. No. I was just... No, it wasn't me. I don't remember. I don't remember anything. Not a thing. Not a single thing. I'm a beast. I'm a beast, not a human. I don't need those memories. Are you there? Are you there? Where are you? Come to me. Be with me. Peace. My peace. Where are you? Where have you gone? Why? Why are you not at my side? Don't remember anything. Stop remembering. Before he didn't want to be a beast, and now he desperately wants to be a beast. So that he can, like, say, well, if I killed those people, I'm a beast. I can't help it. Is that a silver coin? Spanish silver. Some weeks after we set off back west, I find a silver coin in the ship's hold. I don't know if it got overlooked or dropped when transporting the rest, but there's just one. First thing I think when I find it is I should report it to Captain Asama. But instead, I slip the coin into my pocket and take my leave of the hold as if nothing ever happened. Not for the purpose of smuggling it for some extra cash. It only has extra value in the east. Back west, it's worth nothing more than its designated value as currency. So again, it's not for want of money. Well, damn. It seems Siddharth may have been innocent after all. Perhaps so. And if he had no hand in the smuggling, then I have done a horribly regrettable thing. No, as you said, an investigation was conducted. We had no choice but to believe the information we were given. You mustn't blame yourself. I feel bad for putting such an unpleasant responsibility on you. Not at all. Now, how do we handle this? I can't believe a silver coin was found in someone else's luggage. It would be best to handle this internally. Publicly, we already have made our amends with Seedorf's death. That's true, though it would be prudent to try and discover from where he is acquiring the coins, so as to prevent another such incident. Should one of our crew be caught smuggling again, he will not be the only one asked to take responsibility. I have great sympathy for you, Captain Asama. This is quite the headache. I can't imagine he would give up his connections just because we asked. We can force him. If he doesn't want to talk, then we can give him some encouragement. But I couldn't. Worry not, Captain Asama. I shall take care of the dirty work. Like, is he secretly doing this because he kind of enjoys it? You needn't trouble yourself with anything, Captain. Leave it all to me. Captain. Very well. I leave this in your hands, Yukimasa. Yes, sir. How are you feeling? Hey, untie me. What is the meaning of this? A silver coin was discovered in your luggage. Huh? A silver coin? Interesting. It would seem you have quite the knack for acting. Hold on, I don't follow. I thought the smuggling problem was taken care of. Seedorf wasn't the one doing the smuggling. It was you. Like hell. I've never seen any damn silver coins. This is some kind of mistake. Check my bags again. The coin was found in your luggage, regrettably. Captain Asama saw it himself. Lies. I swear I've never touched one. Is that so? I swear, never once. Please believe me. I'm no smuggler. I've done good work, even on this expedition. You know I'm not someone who would get involved in smuggling. I don't know what kind of person anyone is. We may have known each other for years, but that doesn't mean I have any way of knowing what you think in private, how you feel, what kind of person you are. You smuggled the coins, didn't you? I didn't. I had nothing to do with it. Who was your supplier? I'm telling you, I'm no smuggler. It puts Captain Osama in an uncomfortable position if you don't talk. We can't risk damaging our homeland's trust any further. I swear to God I had nothing to do with it. So you won't tell? How can I tell you something I know nothing about? I see. You believe me? So it's very, very important information. Enough so that you can't give it up so easily. In which case, I'll just do what I have to do until you talk. What are you... Whenever you're ready to talk, let me know. I'll stop right away. Like, he seems to be way too comfortable with this. I know he said that he's got samurai blood in him, but I don't know. Maybe ever since he got that katana, like, it's warped him, it's twisted him. But that's just me, basically putting the blame off of him onto some inanimate object. They keep bringing up the katana over and over again, so I'm just like, maybe? Quite the thick fingers you have. Let go. What do you... But it's all meat. Your bones aren't any thicker than anyone else's. Ooh. My finger. Oh, don't start screaming just yet. That was just the first. Your little finger. Next is your ring finger. Stop. Please don't. I'm begging you. Are you ready to talk? I told you, I don't know anything. Too bad. Ah! Ah! Your middle finger. Don't. Oh god, your right hand is going to be useless if you don't start talking soon. Ah, what do you want me to tell you? I swear, I had nothing to do with it. What has you so stubbornly refusing to talk? Is your supplier really worth going to such lengths to protect? No, I can't tell you what I don't know. All that's left is your thumb. This poor guy, like, I'm sure he did have nothing to do with it. He's just being punished for nothing. Help someone get me... Just so we're perfectly clear, everyone on board knows what you did. No one's going to come to a smuggler's aid. God, I can't take any more of this. Please stop. Ready to talk? What will it be? I'll talk. Okay, I'll talk. Oh, well, I mean, if he did have something to do with it, or he's just like, just wants to say something so he'll get him to stop. If anything you tell me is a lie, you can consider your life forfeit. Are you ready to tell me the truth? We will investigate the details of your confession. If you lie, we will find out. Understood? But I speak. Or can't you? I don't know anything. That's a shame. Well, you won't be using your right hand ever again. Although, there are still 5 fingers on your left. Are you in pain? Do you want me to stop? Yes, please. Alright. Oh, 4 left. That is quite the face. I wish I could show it to you in a mirror. What is wrong with you? You monster. I'm not doing this because I want to. You're the one forcing my hand by refusing to talk. Now go on, spit it out. You wouldn't believe anything I said anyway. How long have you been doing this, right? You're the first. Oh, right. Liar, you sick bastard. It's the truth, though. Then why are you smiling? Oh. 3 left. What'll it be? Will you tell me everything? No lies and no omissions? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. 2 left. It's surprising how easily they break. No. Stop. This is the last one. Oh, she didn't even give him a chance. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is enjoying this. It burns. It burns. My fingers are on fire. Now, what next? Probably his toes. It burns. It burns. It burns. Are you listening? Hello? This over a few broken fingers? Need me to wake you up? Let me tell you something. I'm the one who put the coin in your luggage. Right? Right? Come on. Like, of course you don't know anything. Oh my god, this dude, man, he seemed like such a good guy with Pauline. I guess just goes to show you. It's like he said himself, how do we really know anyone? Do you really know a person? Someone, anyone, get in here. The silver coin wasn't... Don't go shouting things you'll regret. I mean, this guy should realize as soon as Yukimasa told him that he wasn't gonna let him live. Ugh. It's hard to fight back with your hands in that condition. Having trouble breathing? Well, are you? You need air? I guess it's hard to talk with my hands around your throat, huh? What is with this guy? Do you want air? Alright, then you can have some air. Someone, anyone, please, get in. You just don't learn. I can see the words written on his face. Why? Why are you doing this? Why? That's a good question. I'm not even sure myself. Wow, so I was like before when I was like, oh, does he just want the coins so that, like, you know, he's smuggling things? So look at me I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like, still not cool, but like, oh, maybe he talks about how he hates that he has to keep leaving Pauline. Maybe he just wants to make some money, but he even said himself, like, the money isn't really worth anything outside of the country. And he doesn't even know why he's doing it. I guess he always was a beast. Whether this is him or this is some outside force causing this, right? That's the question. Hey. Answer me. Well, damn. I missed the opportunity to use my katana. This is wild. I tossed the man's body overboard. My story will be he sneaked out while I wasn't looking and threw himself into the sea. As I watched the sack of flesh sink into the depths, I'm thoroughly shocked to realize I don't feel the slightest bit bad about what I've done. No regret, no remorse, nothing. I comprehend that the things I've done are reprehensible, that they're evil, but that knowledge wasn't sufficient to restrain my urges. There's an itch I felt deep within my chest ever since the moment my blade sunk its teeth into Sirdov's neck. I don't know what to call it, so maybe it is. Maybe the katana awakens something in him. It's a cursed item. I don't know what to call it, but I feel like I'm floating, like everything swirling around inside me has been unleashed, set free. I'm really jumping back and forth between, like, is it him? He just got his first taste of violence and now he loves it? Or is there a cursed item that's causing him to do these things? I don't know. There's also an edge of anxiety. If I continue down this path, what might I transform into? So maybe when he saw, like, his beast form, he saw himself for what he thought he was. Despite feeling not the slightest bit guilty about the horrible things I've done, I still fear this life I've made slipping away from me. I want something to anchor me. What exactly am I? Is this what I wanted to become? The kind of man who can take another's life without flinching. So here's the thing. Was this before or after he met Pauline? Because I'm assuming he's already with Pauline. This could be before. Maybe he found her and he thought, like, she's the thing that's going to anchor me. Just like with the white-haired girl. Like, I just need a woman to, like, calm me down, settle me down. If that's truly what I am, perhaps it would make things easier if I did lose everything. Oh, don't scare me like that. Where did you pick up a word like, oh shit, okay, so this is while they were dating, like Nitji. I never took you for someone so pretentious. I'm sorry. You just look so much like a rabbit there, the way you were tossing your head back and forth, looking around for me. Damn, I just love how it's like recontextualizing things that we've seen. Oh, you. Nitji is something you call a child. I'm not a little girl anymore. I'm sorry, really. Don't be so mad, Pauline. Like, is he just like this sociopath and he was just hiding it from Pauline? Does he actually have feelings for her at all? Is this all fake? Or is he just like putting up the facade of a good guy? Does he still love her actually? Maybe that's why he couldn't see her true self when she came to the mansion. I'm so confused. I'm not mad at all. It's been a year and a half. We finally get to see each other again. That we do. Do you have any trouble out at sea? Did you fall ill or get caught in a storm? Or run into any kind of danger at all? No, there was no trouble. Everything went fine, without incident. The sea god was watching over us, I suppose. It's just, the sweet moment has now been turned into something a lot darker now. So when he saw himself, like did he see like the beast form of himself, like before he turned into this? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. What am I? Who am I? Who? What is this room? Or like the merchant that we saw at the very beginning. I'm trying to think back, like maybe that's the part that confuses me. It's like it was implied that merchant was Pauline's lover, Yukimasa. But if Yukimasa is already at the mansion, was it just a completely different merchant who just happened to say about how he had a lover and the game just kind of like made us think that's who it was? I'm trying to think if we actually got to see... I think we got to see his face and it seemed like it was him, right? Gosh, like I didn't play it that long ago and I gotta go back and check that out. What are those colored windows? Were those here before in the mansion? Ah, I know what that is. It's an angel. The angel. The angel is. It's looking at me and laughing. The angel is looking down on me and laughing. Ah! What are you doing? The angel's laughing at me. The angel. The angel. The white-haired girl has so much patience, man. You. Where were you? I went to the kitchen to get a drink of water. You have nothing to worry about. I will not run away from you. I'm not human. Am I? I'm not a human. You are. Not a human. You are you. It's all right. I imagine it's quite disconcerting, having lost your memories. But no matter what happens, you will always be you. Don't be afraid. Are those the words of encouragement I truly wanted to hear? Am I afraid of being myself? I don't know. Don't think about it. I am a beast with no memories. His psyche drifted erratically between human and beast. If he accepted himself as human, it might cause memories better left buried to return to him. If he accepted himself as a beast, in exchange for his memories, he would no longer be able to rejoin human society. The white-haired girl fervently supported him in these precarious times. I was quite amazed. I had never imagined she would grow to be such a strong woman. Nevertheless, God is a cruel master. Oh boy, so something no good's gonna be happening here. For what strength he gave her spiritually, he took an equal part from her physically. Though she persisted, day in and day out, to stay by the man's side, one day she suddenly fell ill. Oh god, she's like the last thing keeping him somewhat sane. With her in the throes of a high fever and not knowing the cause, he fell into a perpetual panic. There was no medicine in the mansion. They could hardly manage to put together sufficiently nutritious meals. Though there was no medicine, maybe there was something else that could make her feel better. However, everything he could think of required him to leave the house. Why not send the maid? Maybe she's tied to the house. Maybe she... No, except we saw her actually... We saw her leave in the first door. She left to go get Mel. She found him in the streets, because I was like, maybe the maid is tied to the mansion. She literally is not able to leave. But I've seen her out of the mansion before. Hey. Hey. Is there anything you would like? Anything I would like? I'm considering visiting the village. I see. You're going to the village. I thought I might be able to get some medicine. Here's the sad thing. If Pauline had just waited, I don't know how much longer this is after. She may have left to go back home at this point, but if Pauline had waited just a little bit, maybe Yukimasa, he's going back into the village, she would have been able to kind of like try and keep himself from going insane if he was out in public. Maybe Pauline would have seen him there. I doubt it would have gone any differently, but I would prefer to bring a doctor here, but no one would come if they learned you were in this mansion. So, he was planning to put on a disguise to enter the village as a person. The white-haired girl smiled when she heard his idea. Oh shit, but I wonder if Javi will see him and yell out, "There's the beast." Maybe he'll get killed. She had, after all, always wanted him to think of himself as human. However, because she was so pure-hearted, she did not comprehend the full extent of the slaughter he had confessed to committing. The revenge he had taken on those who had chased him around. How sinister his cackling and furious his reaping. She did not grasp just how serious it was. She had faith that Bestia had kindness in his heart. If you cannot get any medication, then buy me some oranges, please. Oranges? This is a land blessed by the sun. You should be able to find some wonderful fresh oranges. And where are those oranges? Over by where Javi is, by the sea. Will that make you feel better? Yes, it should. Okay, maybe she's just vitamin D deficient. That's why she's so pale. Bestia's mind was made up. He would don the skin of a human for her, to protect the peace he had. Oh, I hope he's literally not going to don the skin of a human, like, rip out their skin and put it over him. He would return to the place that had left him with many painful memories. It was, to him, the source of his fear. Whenever he let his guard down, their shouts would play back in his mind. Bestia! 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 Hideous beast! Though he had physically conquered the people who lived there, Bestia's memories of the village still haunted him. But her health meant more to him than any of that. He was willing to cast aside his fear if it meant the white-haired girl would recover. The girl still in her bed, he made his way out of the mansion. He crossed the overgrown forest, pushing forward one step at a time, all the while trying to brush aside his apprehension, until he arrived at the village. This is where they called me a beast, where I was almost killed, and where I killed them. I look different than I did then. I'm dressed differently too, but can I play the part? Can I act a convincing enough human? I have no choice. There are no other villages. I can't let her die. Excuse me, could you answer a question for me? A village man is looking at me, only for a moment, but for me that moment is torturously long. A faint look of panic crosses his face, perhaps in fear of my appearance. He's staring at me. Will he point his finger and call me a beast? Will the other villagers come to kill me? However, haven't seen you around here before. He didn't recognize me. Yes, I come from a faraway land and I am unfamiliar with this area, so... You're dressed like a nobleman. On a secret trip or something? Something like that. You look really pale, though. Searching for a doctor? Ah, yes, but not for me. My companion has come down with a fever. Sorry to hear it. Well, I'd love to introduce you, but he's out right now. And he won't be back for a few days. I see. And where might I be able to buy fruit? There's a shop just around that corner. Thank you very much. Don't mention it. Do take care, traveler. It's dangerous out there. I'm starting to attract attention, but not the same kind as before. They don't look at me with revulsion, hatred, or furious indignation. They're simply curious. The village feels different than last time. Could it have changed this drastically? Or is it because I really did look like a beast then, and now I look like a human? I don't know. Excuse me. Me? Yes? I would like to buy some fruit, some oranges. Oranges? Alrighty, just a sec. Fruit vendor doesn't recognize me as the beast either. Any other year, they'd be a lot plumper than this. But this year we've had the end of war and this whole mess with the beast, and it's just been crazy. If you'd like, how about you come back in a few years and try our oranges again? They'll be several times better, I assure you. I'll keep that in mind. You bet, that'll be... I'm sorry, I don't have any local currency. Would this suffice? What? How? Is... no good, I take it? No. On the contrary, it's hardly fair for you trading a jewel for a few oranges. That's all I have to offer. I hope you can exchange it for money. Sure. You nobles are something else. Noble. Aren't you? Though if you wander around dressed too well, you put yourself in danger. You might find yourself stripped bare by a bandit, or perhaps even catch the attention of the beast. The beast. Everyone mentions the beast. They speak of me. Have you heard the tales? I have not. There's a beast den not too far from this village. It's attacked before. We've been living in fear, never knowing when it might attack again. But that all ends today. Ooh. Did Javi go and, like, is he gonna be going to go get, is it kind of like, if going back to Beauty and the Beast, it's like Gaston going to go get the village, all the villagers to go and take down the beast. The men have finally found their spines. They all got together and went out to exterminate it. Oh shit. And the way that she's been talking about how people see the white-haired girl is seen as, like, a beast because of her appearance. He might be like, oh shit, they're gonna go in there and they're gonna see her and they're gonna think she's the beast and kill her. What? Of all the days for him to leave the mansion, and you'll never guess who's responsible. A kid. A little boy is spearheading the attack. Just goes to show, right, how your actions have consequences. Never would have expected a little kid to whip all our lazy, cowardly men into shape. The boy's the only one who knows where the beast's den. Ah, hold on. What about your oranges? The men have banded together, and they're going to kill the beast? Why now? Why when I'm not there? I'm the beast. I'm right here. I'm what you're trying to hunt. The only person at the mansion right now is her. He regretted not asking the fruit vendor how long ago the party set off. Though what good would that knowledge have done him? He had to hurry back regardless. The sun was beginning to set, draping the surroundings in a deep blackness. As if to keep him from returning home, the night wrapped its hands around his head, covering both eyes. In what direction did he have to head to return to the mansion? Should have sent off that maid to go get it. He stormed through the forest, and eventually the mansion appeared before him, like the world fading into view after a dream. Bestia was a tempest in the night, blowing through the overgrowth toward the house. Please, please make it in time. I need her. I need the peace she provides me. The last thing I want is for her to die. In the blink of an eye, he was through the door, charging down the mansion's halls. He could not sense anyone else inside, though. All he could hear was the whoosh of the wind blowing into the house from somewhere. It seemed a window was open. Where are you? Where have you gone? Answer me. Please answer me. He cried out the girl's name again and again until his throat was sore and his voice hoarse, but she did not respond. He rushed into her bedchamber. Hey, hello? Where are you? Where are you? Answer me! Uh-oh. The man swung his head back and forth so hard he thought he might break his own neck. And when he made to look down, He slipped, falling on his tailbone. He felt something slick on his hands. A sensation he would recognize anywhere. Blood. The liquid was still warm. No, it cannot be. It can't. It can't. It cannot be. Muttering incomprehensibly in fear, he crawled back through the door of her chamber and into the corridor. Like a genuine beast, he followed the trail of slippery fluid on all fours. The trail glimmered like red wine. It stretched down the hall, past the living room, smeared across the floor like it had been wiped down with a mop. Shit. This got intense! The man crawled and crawled and crawled until at last he reached the stairs leading down to the cellar. The ruby trail continued. From beyond the door, he could hear men's voices. Ah! With a howl, the man stumbled down the stairs, throwing open the wooden door. His first impression was that the stench of blood was suffocating, and indeed, there he discovered the white-haired girl. What if she was the one who killed them? What if she was a beast? He found himself unable to even scream, although I don't think that's what's going to be happening here. Her once porcelain skin was no longer even sickly pale. It was now the bloodless color of dirt. She was sprawled haphazardly out on the cellar floor. Oh, dried blood stains around her half-open mouth, and those lips were naturally lacking their former rosy sheen. Her body was covered with an array of wounds. Oh, but the most prominent was the man's singular sword standing tall in her chest. This is the bestia? He doesn't look like the same... It's him. He's the same guy. He's the bestia. So this person who's clearly a woman, and Javi is saying that she's the beast? I'm so... Like, is the whole thing, is the beast what you imagine? Like, does everybody have a different interpretation of what the beast looks like? Several villagers surrounded him at the behest of a young boy. Oh, they're talking about Javi. Or, not Javi, sorry. That guy. He's gotten himself dressed up all proper and fancy. But good clothes don't make him a good man. Isn't that right, you bestia? No. You murderer. Yukimasa, I keep forgetting his name. I thought they were talking about the white-haired girl. I'm like, it's clearly a woman. Why did you kill her? 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 I was half expecting that she was going to, that somehow the white-haired girl was going to, like, transform into a beast herself and then have, like, killed everybody. Like, maybe because deep down, like, him, I wanted her to be alive. Why? You want to know why? Her death was an accident, I'd say. I feel bad about what happened, but any woman who would live with a man like you must be a witch. Oh shit. Does that hurt? Are you hurting right now, you bestia? Then maybe now you understand. You not only stole my parents and friends from me, you ripped the last shard of hope I had from my hands. Do you get it? Do you finally understand how I feel? Now, do you know how it feels to have someone you care about taken from you? Pauline was desperately trying to find you. Why? Why would you kill someone so devoted to you? Do you understand what you've done? Pretty sad that only once she's gone does he actually call her Pauline. I'm asking you a question, you goddamn murderer. I see. And now I have nothing left. What? The man stepped forward, almost perfectly calm. His panic had vanished, as if it were never there. His eyes were disturbingly vacant. Perhaps the sorrow had overpowered him, beating his heart into quiet submission. No, that was not the case. Though his eyes were empty, a faint smile spread across his lips. Like I said, she was the last little bit of humanity that he had. Now she's gone, he's like, alright, the beast is here to stay. I feel bad because I'm like, Javi's gonna die right now, and I liked his character. The transition was swift, as though a gear had switched in his mind. The boy and the other villagers were frozen in place at the sight. Before long, the man was standing before the deceased girl's body, and then he pulled the blade from her chest. I knew it. I really was a beast, and what I wanted was a tether. What are you yammering on about? Didn't you care about that woman? Didn't you choose her over Pauline, who you then threw aside and butchered? What is wrong with you? What was she to you? She was my serenity, but she's dead now, and there's nothing I can do about that. Peace, calm, tranquility. The man's behavior was downright eerie, causing the boy to flinch back. Believing he'd had everything taken from him and could not possibly lose anything more, was I imagine, what had allowed him to stand up to the beast, the source of such crippling fear. Yet now he found himself unable to move. He found himself in the face of such an incomprehensible creature, paralyzed with fear, and the villagers were similarly dumbstruck. Not even I can understand his behavior. What the hell is wrong with you? How can you laugh at this? I don't get it. How? How indeed? I wonder myself. Ha 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 ha. I don't know either. But you know what? It doesn't matter anymore, because every last one of my anchors has broken off and sunken into the sea. Ha 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 ha. It's like that whole thing from... This reminds me of the thing with, like, The Watchmen, the movie, where it's just like, I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. Ha 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 ha. Oh god, he's gonna go on a rampage. Here he goes. I'm just like, how much more after this, like, is there going to be of the second door? The poor white-haired girl, it just, no matter what happens in each door she's in, bad things happen to her. Damn it, get moving. Kill him. I'll slaughter every last one of you. Ah, yes. My whole life, I've always wanted to kill. Damn. What was it that afflicted you with such madness? Losing your memory in the shipwreck? The abuse and insult you suffered at the villagers' hands? Or was it your grief at not being able to return to your homeland? No, none of those were the root. You were always like this. You always bore those twisted desires. It's like a serial killer where they just start to get that first taste of violence and then they just can't stop themselves. He hit it very well though, man. I gotta say, like, all that stuff back with Pauline, I felt so bad for him. But I guess, and here I was being like, oh no, it was his sword. His sword was the thing that began the madness. It's just like, no, maybe not. You held those deep, constant urges to cause others harm. That is your essence. The real you is hidden beneath the mask of sincerity. The true beast was your heart. The beast was a convenient skin for you to wear. You wanted to be a brutal, savage murderer. You never really loved the white-haired girl. Or the black-haired woman, for that matter. Then again, we're just getting one side of the story, right? Like, who's to say that this is the truth? You were merely attached to them. Fixated on the idea of a world of tranquility. You used this piece to anchor yourself, to prevent you from drifting off into the ocean of your desires. You yearned to cause pain, while also hungering for the opposite, a calm life. You idolized this idealized life, spent in quiet harmony with another, because you knew just how difficult it would be for you to attain. Far more difficult for you than satisfying your cravings, but not impossible. I personally had hoped you would find peace with someone rather than descend into savagery. It may have only been superficial, but it would have been very human. But ultimately, peace slipped through your fingers, and no one was left to suppress your desires. You cannot, after all, hold them back yourself. What a tragic man. What a hopeless man you are. Is that the end? Is that the end of the second door? That wasn't super long. The door to the cellar swung shut. You'd fall into the floor at some point, unable to bear the stench of blood. The maid stood behind you, her arms wrapped around your shoulders. The maid's voice was chillingly gentle. That was quite horrific, wasn't it? Are you feeling unwell, Master? Oh my, you're shaking, Master. Fear not. I assure you the beast will not come through that door. I am here for you, and I will continue to hold you for as long as you need to settle your nerves. Oh dear, you feel like you might freeze in my arms? Am I really that cold? I cannot tell you my own temperature. You wish to know what happened to Bestia after that. I could open the door once more and show you. But I have no intention of knowingly tossing you back into that den of horrors. He lost the rest of his humanity, becoming wholly beast. But, to tell just a little more of the tale, It's my understanding an entire village was ravaged shortly thereafter. He was a bewitchingly talented swordsman. Not a single person living in that village could stand up to him. In the woman's memories you saw, he was a gentleman, yes? But even the mildest of men can change. Though personally I believe that without an element of monstrousness buried somewhere within, a man cannot become a beast, regardless of what may push him in that direction. Do you follow? Now tell me, Master, have you remembered anything? Oh dear, I was afraid of that. I am a remarkably patient maid. I shall accompany you for as long as you require. So do please find your memories. Now, let us head to the next door. The mansion is quite large, so hold on to my hand. I don't want to take it at face value. I mean, it seems like that's very plausible that that's exactly what happened, but I would like to see more of that door. We would not want to get separated. Ah, okay, well, I guess that's it for the second door. Maybe I was mistaken, but I thought people told me that the second door was a pretty long one. You and the maid traveled down the dimly lit hall, passing by the mirror once again. The light from the candle in the maid's hand was the only thing that reflected in it. The maid herself did not appear. However, just as you were about to avert your eyes, you thought you caught a glimpse of white hair. Ooh. So, alright. And that's the whole thing, right? It's like... Was it like almost 100 years between? Because like the first door took place in the 1600s and the second one took place in the 1700s. It could have just been like maybe 10 or 20 years that passed. So maybe feasible that the white-haired girl would come back even though she's blind and has a different background. But now she's been killed in the second door, and yet we know she's probably going to come back in the third door and the fourth door and so on and so forth. You heard a voice echo in the darkness, and when you turned to face the mirror again, the glass was the color of obsidian, as if it had been painted over. The voice seemed to be coming from beyond the mirror. The maid did not turn back, evidently having not heard anything. You... Oh, I have a choice here! Oh my goodness! What? Okay, let's save first. Let's extend the hand and see what happens. You extended your hand towards the darkness overrunning the mirror. The second your hand brushed against the surface, the tips of your fingers sunk into it, and the next thing you realized, your whole world was sinking into darkness. You could hear a voice. So I'm curious about these choices, is like how far-reaching are the consequences? Like, is it just going to be like a quote-unquote bad end that happens relatively quickly? Or is this going to take me down a completely different path that's going to like be hours and hours long? I am the witch. Okay. Giselle. Okay, we got a new character here. It's getting foggy. It looks like it might rain. Maybe we should take a little break. You want to keep going? Oh, alright then. This deep in the forest? Thank you very much. You must be tired after such a long journey. This is the mansion I'm looking for, yes? He could have said something. Oh well. I should get going, I guess. Does no one live here? But if that's the case, then why was I— unless Giselle is the name of the white-haired girl. Such a big door. Please open. It's not locked, I guess. Or is Giselle the name of the maid? I wonder if the window's open. Darn, not a hint of light. Hello? Is anyone there? Please don't tell me it's actually abandoned. I suppose I can't know without looking around a bit more. What do we have here? Drapes? See a little light beyond. It's so pretty. It looks like an angel. Why would someone cover this up? It's beautiful. With a little more light, it'll be... Please do not touch the drapes. Oh, that's gotta be the maid. Or the windows. Oh, okay, or someone completely different. Is that Michael? Michael? I'm gonna guess like Michael. Because it's like Giselle, Michael, like French kind of names. I'm sorry for coming in uninvited, but I did announce myself. Is this your mansion? It is. Same as the white-haired girl. Red eyes, white hair. Thank goodness, I was afraid it was deserted. I suspect you would have preferred if the house were abandoned. Oh, not at all. I would be scared to death staying in this dark mansion all by myself. I'm sorry. No ill will intended. I wonder if that's maybe the white-haired girl's father? Maybe? No, it was the mother. Didn't the mother have the white hair? At least in the first door, they said that. I believe had the genes for the white hair. No. Wait. No. It was the father. That's right. The father was the painter and had an affair with Mel and Nell's mother. So it would be the father, I would assume, who would have the genes. I'm overthinking this. I do think it could do with some light. That way, you could see where you were walking. And I'm sure this room would look splendid illuminated. Not necessary. I make do perfectly well as things are. How can you see when it's so dark? Vampire. That's why they can't see the reflections either. I have an abundance of candles and oil for lamps. I am not in want of means of creating light. Or as he said, a witch, right? It is not your place to criticize my lifestyle. If you need light, you are free to leave. If you are in need of money, help yourself to some of the furniture. There's a village not far from here. Trade it for food, and make your way to a larger town. I am no longer able to freely return to the city. I cannot go back there. Please, don't chase me out. I see. And do you ask this of me aware of how people refer to this mansion? They say that a witch lives here. Not merely a witch. A cursed witch. If you remain here, you too shall likely suffer your own destruction. You're worried for my well-being? Witch or not, my mind is made up. Which will strike you first, I wonder? Regret or the curse? You seem to be doing just fine. It's only a tale. The witch is real, very much so. It is not a legend, nor a fairy tale. The witch. The witch's name was Morgana. Morgana, alright, Fata Morgana, right? I knew that name was gonna have to come up. I figured the witch's name, or not the witch, but like the white-haired girl. I was like, I bet her name is Morgana. I don't know if this is the Morgana that they're talking about, but... Is me. Oh, okay, that's it? Alright. What was that? Giselle. Oh my, what is the matter, Master? Why are you standing in place? There's nothing there. The maid did not seem to have seen anything, or she did and she's just playing dumb. You made to ask her about the scene you had just witnessed. Master, you look like you've just seen a ghost. What is the matter? How about a little rest before we move on? Did I just get cursed by looking at that mirror? You do not wish to remain here? Still not fond of mirrors? Yes. Now, let us be off. I too dearly wish for you to return to your old self as soon as possible, Master. If your desire is to push onward, then I could hardly be happier. Now follow me. You followed the maid's lead, returning to the living room. From there, you climbed a set of stairs, your hands sliding through the dust that had settled on the ebony railing. When you stepped out of sight of the mirror, the maid returned to normal. You'd been on the verge of remembering something, but you were no longer in a position to be concerned about such things. Maybe I'm Mikkel. But the chill in the air within the mansion seemed to have intensified. I feel like I did a bad thing there. I feel like I may have cursed myself. Standing at one end of a long corridor, you asked the maid, when was the mansion built? I would imagine you know more about that than me, Master. Yes, I know. You have not yet regained your memories? I was simply teasing you. I have been a servant of this house for many, many years, but the truth is, I do not know everything about it. All I know is the mansion is cursed, and that it has brought misfortune upon its residents. Since times of old, I can make a conjecture as to where it began, but I believe you should figure it out for yourself, Master. There's no guarantee my perspective is the correct one. Now let us proceed. You and the maid traveled down the dimly lit corridor. While the layout of the house was the same as in the eras of the flaxen-haired boy and the beast, the bleak, colorless gloom felt incredibly dreary. On the wall partway down the hall hung a painting. The painting, which depicted a beautiful landscape, was oddly entrancing, but you did not have time to appreciate the artwork. Your hand in the maid's, you passed by the painting. Before long, a door came into sight at the end of the hall. This door is what I would like to show you next, Master. Listen closely. Do you hear the voices? Lively but rough, energetic but coarse. What lies beyond this door is neither a period of elegance and abundance like the first, nor one of ruin and savagery like the second. Technology and culture had become quite developed. Cameras and photography had been invented. Oh wow, okay, we're jumping ahead now, okay. It was a time of great progress and many breakthroughs. I'm trying to think of when cameras were first, like, was it like late 1800s, early 1900s, where like cameras were invented, photography? And for that reason, those who lived in it were constantly seeking to try new things. The tale I'm about to tell you is of a man who wagered everything on his ambitions. I hope that what you see, Master, will stir something in your heart. Now, through the door we go. Please do not let go of my hand. The maid pushed open the door. Colorful balls bounced around atop a long, dark green table. One man, dressed in black and standing by the billiards table, turned towards the door. The room was inundated with eye-watering cigar smoke, causing you to squeeze your eyes shut. Alright guys, that will do it for episode 4, and that was quite the unexpected revelation of the identity of the beast, and poor Pauline, and everybody in the village, and Javi, and all that just ended so tragically. I mean, the first door was not great either, and unlike the first one where I kind of knew where this was going, this one just completely took me off guard, so that was really, really interesting, really, really cool. And now we're about to head into the third door. So it seems, based on how she describes it, that it's going to be like pretty far into the future, considering that there's photography and they're talking about, like, you know, industry and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what the story is with the third door. Yeah, so that'll do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and stay tuned for part 5. Until then, bye.
Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Nana, Kaori Mikoto, Revealing Storm, Tequila Mockingbird, Jared Fan, Saya, Asborn Kennedy, Harry Gazif, Pancake G, I Cognito, and Matt Goldsmith.